Interworld fam, it's Emily. Thank you for stopping by and sharing some time with me today. I hope you and yours are doing well, and I hope you enjoy the pieces in this video. If you be so kind, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on anything new. With that, let's get right into it, lovelies. Self-abandonment. Give it up. You need to be not who you are. Everyone else around you has it. You need to get it too. Who told you that you were enough? There is always so much more to be. Erase all parts of yourself. You should only be made up of what others say you should be made up of. Look around. How is that working for them? What did they give up just to be a fake persona of what the world wants? Do they really have all they think they do? Or is it simply all in their head? Who told them they weren't enough? Thus, they fed you the same narrative. This cycle can only end when enough becomes enough. I will not abandon who I am just to fit in a false hand wanting an outdated hug. In the back of the Uber. Strap yourself in. This is going to be a ride. Flip of the coin, no one knows what they're going to get. Are they loud, quiet, keep to themselves, or wanting to engage in conversation? The door's locked. I hope I safely make it to my destination. Some are fast while others are slow. I wish they would have gone the quicker way, but I keep my mouth shut. Their car, their rules, and you know this person from a can of paint. Look up and see the buildings in sight. Almost there. Only a few minutes left. They will pull up to the curb as you exchange nice words of goodbye. That went well as you let out a thankful sigh. You have now finished what you set out to do. Time to return home. How will this ride go? What new person awaits you? Spring Soul. See the sun through the thaw of the world as it was in a frozen state. Planned on change can now take place as new life takes hold. Rings of nature's bounty remind you of all you still have left to obtain moving forward. Invite all that is alive and fresh back to you once again. Now take note, this is just the beginning. Gains will continue to come and go as the soul seasons keep breathing. Summer Soul. See the first hand the thaw and rebirth has been able to grant you. Unknown becomes known just as a clouded mind becomes focused and clear. Mind over matter, you can do more than you ever thought possible. Moving forward is the only way to apply the lessons learned in practical ways. Embracing as much as you can is key. Run for the finish line. A season's end marks a change in the soul returning to a deep sleep. Autumn Soul. Although you have grown and accomplished much as your soul nears a new seasonal cycle end, unknown is still in the background. The future must be planned, for the past is reflected upon. Time's ever-present hand moves you along in your given pace. Use what you know now to protect what you have and who you have become while healing yourself. Minutes tick by as the world begins to change again. Growth gives way to decay, yet beauty can still be found within. Nothing is better to know that by the end of a soul cycle that you have your best. You can look forward to the next emergence from your cocoon after you rest. Winter Soul. Worlds withered, encased in crystals and ice and snow. Ignore what is now frozen, looking past to see the beauty of the current state of things. Nothing can change, meaning nothing can be hurt. Nothing grows, so nothing can be lost in the end. Time will pass, but while in this state, the soul can heal, taking in what's going on around it for better or worse. Enter into a situation where the only lessons to be learned are in the here and now. Returning the soul to the seasons to come without time to rest will only run the spirit into the ground. Sun setting. Days come to an end sooner now. Race home to sit outside waiting for one of the best shows nature has to offer. Watch with awe as the sky goes from bright blue and yellow to a faded prism as minutes pass by. Now bright warm orange mixing with pixie hues dawn the sky. A star in the distance, the veil of light that cloaks space is now giving way. The once pink and orange becomes light shades of purple and blue. The sun sinking from the sky is like watching an eye closing on the idea known as today. More stars begin to form as the moon starts to rise. Dark shades of navy and onyx become the backdrop of a new night to come. A last flash of green bursts through the heavens, omni light always the last to be seen. Now the sky is dark as the moon shines on high. The story known as sunset has come to an ending. Wild sapphire. Precious like the gemstone she's named after. Her life has been a variety of colors from blue to green, yellow to black, and even moments of white sprinkled in. She has been valued for her beauty, her rarity, and her durability. Depending on the light, she changes from complex to simple. Circumstances change on a dime. Harm and envy are her mantra as she runs, leaving so-called kings and queens behind. Yet with all she's experienced, she has become a force in her own right. Her light still shines, but her darkness is her shield she projects from deep inside. The hunger never stops. What is that you are voracious for? Can you even place a finger on it? What can't you simply live without? Is it something you've always had, or is it something you long for? The drive, the burn, what is it? The coal that feeds. Do you know? Have you known all along, or have you still not realized it? Passion and purpose can only go so far. What is your driving force? What are you hungry for? The night was green. Such a sickly vibe. Everything seems off, looks wrong. Walking down the street doesn't feel real, as if it isn't my own reality. Day after day, this feeling grabs at me. I think someone is there. I can see someone out of the corner of my eye. Why are they following? Why does it look like they're always smiling? I can't take much more of this. Why is this feeling overtaking me? Is this true or false? Why has my world turned the night green? Self-portrait. See the curves as they flow freely. Embrace the perfections as well as the imperfections. Laugh at what's changed over time and what has managed to stay the same. Focus on the little things and keep the big things vague. Please give yourself permission to be okay with what you see. Ongoing change is nothing to get upset over. Rejoice in where you are and how far you've come. Time moves us whether we like it or not. Reclaim anything you feel you've lost. Adjust to where you stand in the present, not worrying about the past or future just yet. Invite this moment to come and stay for a while. Take a breath and deserve all of it. Everything you see is a story to share. Your self-portrait tells all your heart has had to bear. Jack's smile. I smile, but I feel hollow inside. Like I'm here among everyone, yet forgotten and at times kicked aside. I thought when I was plucked I would have been heading for something great, yet I was simply gutted. I'm stuffed and watched as my insides become a treat on a plate. They place something called a candle inside my now hollow plaster grin. Kids used to run up and hug me, now they run saying I scare them. I thought this would be cool as I once heard tales of pumpkin-headed men, but now I only sit here with this smile that hides my bitterness. Never take off the mask. Doctor, please help him. He never takes off that mask anymore. We used to think it was funny and cute, thinking he's just playing pretend with an imaginary friend. But now it's become too much. We try to take it off him, and it's like he becomes an animal or someone else. When he does speak, he tells us he can't take off the mask or something will get him. It's only been a few days, and we, my husband and I, just don't know what to do. Please help us, doctor. You will save our son, won't you? Floorboards creaking. Sitting here holding my breath. Eyes are darting every which way. Mother placed me here, out of sight, out of mind, hoping I'd be safe. Just as she covered me over, the door swung open hard. I heard the footsteps, the floor creaking and moaning. Death was coming for us. She saw him, tall and wearing black. Her eyes closed just before his ruthless attack. Once he had what was once hers, his steps began to leave. I made the mistake. I opened my eyes. I dared to breathe. The steps came swiftly. I was now face to face with the man in shadow. Not only did my mother pass, but I too will not make it till tomorrow. Caught in between. Like getting slammed by both sides. Who do you want to be and who do you think you should be are always at odds. You think you should be further along, doing what those around you have already done. You know that many things that others do are not really your style and that what you do is just fine. Always an uphill battle or a tug of war in your mind. Who will I be today? The reflection of who and where I think life should have me, or will I be me, the only one living my life? Grass hearts. Growing strong in youth, learning early lessons of how life will be. Right turns and left turns create paths to be followed as events create change. Announcements of things coming as one grows. Times of opening are in massive supply. Soon life's many changes and seasons come about. Shades of summers, autumns, winters, and springs cause growth as well as times of decay. Heat waves of intense feelings leave scorched patches. Everlasting, or at least at the time, bitter chills mark hurts left behind to thaw. Another day, another chance for good or bad to happen. The heart is still strong, but a bit more wary. Rough are the edges trying to protect the still smooth center from all life still has to throw. Take a look. Many seasons have come and gone. In the heart, still capable of growth. Seasons come as they may. Even a small patch of green is still worth rejoicing over. The Poison Garden. Walking along, take your steps with patience and purpose. Are you really there looking to find what others have before, or are you looking for something else? The path lined with the shades of a cool, quiet evening. Your flashlight is your only guide. No one comes here unless there are certain ones in their heart. Walk calmly. Your heartbeat wakes them up. They can feel the flow in your veins are weak. They know they're stronger than you are. The leaves, as you pass them, bend to try to touch you. Oak and ivy are child's play to what which you seek. Covering not only more of the path, now making you come to a stop, But the trees, the bushes, and even the moss give off a feeling that you don't belong where you think you are. Life has been hard for you. Each trial weighs on you more and more. You try to rise above, you try to see lights at the end of tunnels and the sun shining through the clouds with rainbows, pointing you to where your next meeting with a crossroads. Every time you choose the sign that appears to be leading to a path of least resistance. Yet, like now, you are once again thrown into a situation where there is no happy ending. Dare to rest, dare to sit upon the very twigs and fallen leaves now soaked in the unknown that awaits for just a touch. Warm berries give off evil grins as they taunt you to give them a taste. So tired of fighting, of feeling, if wanting more that you get from this life. It's time to stop, to lie down, to embrace the foxglove and the nightshades grasp. For this life has been nothing more than a doomed kiss. My heart, a wild, untamed beast. If you only knew looking into my eyes only scratches the surface. Deep in the parts of my being that even I'm unsure of, there is an inner heartbeat. Not the physical one, the one that doctors listen to as they ask you to breathe deep. No, I mean a heart that beats off rhythm, that longs for what it hasn't been given. Its beat is repressed, hungry, ruled too long by the ego wanting to give in to the id. This heart knows when to stay silent, mainly during the day, but at night its thirst can't be quenched. This heart sneaks into everything as you sleep. It throws itself at your mind, creating weird and unsettling dreams. You will see images of what could be, what could have been, and what you claim you want most. It brings up all your desires, making you feel like a monster, wild and out of control. Sliding back into your deeper parts just before the sun is about to break. This heart can only exist in the veil of darkness. Quick is a good thing for all of our sakes. So once again, on the move as the person it lives within has its eyes open in the land of being awake. If you only knew looking into the eyes only scratches the surface of what your wild inner heart wishes it could overtake. Heavily haunted. Heard in my mind, spices from those who question my actions again and again. Even now I question myself. There is no need for others to make their comments. Another chance to make a decision. What should I do? Very thought of staying put annoys me, but the thought of change brings me fear. Ignore the words thrown your way. Others know not about your inner struggle. I doubt they would even care. Long as you're suffering, both coming from outside of your control as well as self-made situations. Years upon years, time flies while those around you criticize instead of lending a hand. They think they can guide you only because they fail to guide themselves. Hung over one's head all over that they haven't done, while overlooking all that they have. Another word from one whom you didn't even ask their opinion, but of course they see fit to give it anyway. Unwilling to deal with this anymore. Your way works for you, and that's great, but I think I'll continue along my own path. Nod your head and head off to your sunset while doing your best each day and every day. Time out. I can hear their thoughts again as I stand by this new chance. Will I give in or will I push on in my given direction? Ending where you land as you land where you land. Days spent being pleasing to me, my haunted mind can be free once again. Crystallized existence. Frozen in time, so many thought I was gone. There was only one who thought, who knew there was still a chance for me. As I stood frozen behind a wall of quiet ice and metal, he was always there. I think I knew him once, someone who I cared for and who cared for me. His voice I heard in my solitude, his touch non existent. We were kept apart due to my lack of fire and his chilly embrace. I never meant to be the cause of such troubles, to be a source of pain. I remember once I was a regular person who fell ill one day. I could hear it, my lullaby or maybe our song. It was like that of a music box frozen in time. Yet somehow, time continued to tick for us, either right or wrong. It's all gone red. Can't see past it anymore. The silence is drowned out by a heart beating so fast it may burst. Thoughts once running through have now either become clear or become even more jumbled than they were before. There is nothing that can stop what's happening here in this moment. Why didn't they just leave well enough alone? Why was the target always placed on someone who meant nothing to the greater scheme of things? Why weren't the words more than enough to convey the freaking message? You have the wrong one in your sights. Now the deed is done. All that can be seen is red. On hands, on walls, even on faces that were too close when they tried to make a stand. Never knew it was possible. Someone like them, so quiet and unassuming. Misjudged was the one that now has turned red for protecting themselves. It was not just for nothing. Friday the 13th. Feelings of unease course through the veins. Right this moment, I don't know what's wrong with me. Ignore the stares from those around. Don't feel safe anywhere. Should have stayed in bed this morning. Another step makes me feel like each moment could be my last. Yesterday was fine. I don't understand. Time counting down, each hour passing means I'll be free soon. Home's in sight, under my covers and safe, is where my mind is leading my body. Everything is good now. The nightmare of today will soon end. One more minute, the clock is almost there. 3 seconds to go. Midnight will set me free again. The thought that I made it through without one mishap is pretty rare. Just one scare. I can't wait till next year. Love sober. Long were the days of the honeymoon phase before and after. Ongoing days of bliss gave way, yet we are still hand in hand. Versions of who we were are made clear with every passing day due to who we were becoming. Engaged in life's battles, life's mysteries, life's ups and downs. Someone said that love has highs and lows. I say there is loss and growth. Ongoing days of both joy and sorrow, better together than we would be managing on our own. Everyone's love story will be different due to perspective and experience. Right now, we are no longer what can be called love drunk, but rather love sober. Can't take off the costume. I once had a normal life, at least as normal as one's life can be. As a kid, I never put too much stock into trick or treat or Halloween. But this year, my friends talked me into going to a spooky party in the house down the street. So I got a used costume and thought I'd look cute and a bit sexy. The night was actually a lot of fun and I enjoyed myself quite a bit. But that was until I began to feel sick. The costume won't let me go. I feel fine wearing it, but trying to take it off is a big no-no. It's like it's taking me over, fitted only to me. Like it wants to become my skin and more, living life through me. Every time I try to take it off, it's like I'm ripping myself apart. Why did I have to enjoy this one Halloween night? When will this curse let me go? Flick of a lighter. In the dark, we sat by the stump of a fallen tree. It was cold, dark, and wet that night. This is why I normally hate camping. I didn't want to be here, but he asked me to come. My friends who I've known all my life, the one I call my brother. Lately, he's been making me feel off with his actions. He's become vacant and cold, yet I can still see the guy he used to be. His ideas have changed and he likes the dark so much more than the light. Tonight I sit here beside my oldest friend and watch him continually flick his lighter. Help me, I'm scared. Roasted. I was left behind after all the fun and games. They cleared everyone else, but I fell from the fray. Now here I sit next to this very bright light that's taken over my once dark home. We were once a strong colony of life wanting to be grown. I can see the change coming. I'm becoming darker and frail. The warmth is nice, but the burning is going to bring about my end. I don't quite understand why he's smiling, the one who now sits within. It seems forced, as if he's become a prop for another being. It's too warm now. The light is beginning to fade as streams of whatever has been falling for hours now. I think this is my end. Take it from me, I wish I would have hung on tighter now. Candle smoke and cobwebs. It stood abandoned as the story was always told. The neighborhood creepy house no one dared to enter. Unlike the so-called chickens that my friends were, I took on the dare. There was no fear in me, maybe just a little. Stepping in the door was the customary loud creak and gasp. A time capsule of dust and decay was all that waited to be seen. Moving from one room, there was nothing behind any door. No monsters or psycho killers waiting to take my soul. Turning to leave, I saw something I hadn't before. On a side table, there was a cigar smoking, leaving me unnerved. As I followed to where the smoke trail led, my eyes landed on a cobwebs hanging overhead. What I saw caught my breath. The words, "Hello, friend," in smoke formed in a web. I ran out of the house, now out of breath, with my heart beating fast. I still boast that I'm not afraid. It's the biggest lie I tell to others, mainly to myself. Thank you, lovelies, for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you be so kind, use the link that's on the screen currently. You can join me on all of my socials. I hope we all continue to grow together, and I'm always sending you all much love and good vibes. Have a blessed day, my friends.